Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we're talking 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, Season 6, Episode 14, Reality Frights. So we're just going to get right on into it. First couple I want to talk is Sarper and Shekinah. So in the last couple episodes, we've seen Sarper and Shekinah try to work on a relationship. You know, a couple weeks ago they went to really couples therapy, and then we seen last week when Sarper broke all his bottles and got rid of his little 2,500 woman notebook and whatever. So in this episode, we seen Shekinah. She's actually moving back to the apartment, Sarper's apartment, for the first time since that incident happened. And Sarper's all excited, but then she asked Sarper, "Have you gone to therapy? Are you signing up for therapy? Are you going to therapy and everything, like by yourself?" And he was like, "Yeah, babe, I signed up for therapy by myself and everything, and everything." And she kind of called BS on that. She was like, "Did you really?" And then Sarper gonna lie and be like, No." So Shekinah was like, "Well, now we have a new problem. Now you're lying to me and stuff and everything." Sarper gonna claim, "Oh, in Turkey, man, it's not normal to consistently go to therapy like that." Shekinah made a good point because she said every time Sarper does something good, he's quick to tell her and stuff, and he didn't tell her that, so that's why she called BS on it. And so now they get into the argument about lying and stuff and everything. And then later we seen them go try on these prince and princesses these royalty outfits and stuff. They look like they had a good time and everything doing that. Sarper's just being Sarper, try to justify his actions and everything and trying to make light of the situation and everything. Shekinah, I'm surprised that she came back and agreed to do that, but I don't know, it's just I'll say that Sarper trying? Yes. Should he be trying harder though? Yes, because I just don't know how much longer Shekinah can take of this, basically. And I think that sooner or later it's just all going to come to a blows and she's not going to come back. But at the same time, like I've always said, Shekinah likes that kind of thing. So it is what it is. So yeah, like I said, we seen them wear go and try on these royalty outfits and stuff, kind of like a wedding type thing or whatever. So, but that was all that was. So that was Sarper and Shekinah. Next couple I want to talk is Corona and Inky. Now, last week Corona had went to meet with some Black Icelanders and talked to somebody at the university to try to get into the midwifery program. And they told her that, at least it would be a couple years and stuff. So in this episode, Inky takes her out in 24-degree weather. It's an Icelandic tradition for them to go sea swimming in the cold. So Inky takes Corona out. Corona's freezing, freaking out and everything, and they go to the beach and they run deep and they run into the ocean for a little bit. Inky says it's good for your joints, it's refreshing or whatever and everything. And then Corona gonna pull the black card. She's like, "Black people don't really do this and all that. Black people don't do this." And I'm like, stop saying that, please. Please just stop saying that. I am so tired of her doing pulling that all the time. Black people do a lot of things and everything. Have you ever seen the show Naked and Afraid, by the way, Corona? We have multiple Black people on that show that did things like that. So quit saying Black people don't do this and everything. And so after that, they go inside somewhere and get into a hot tub and stuff. And they talk about Corona talks about what happened at the when she was talking to the university. And Inky said he's a little surprised it's going to take a couple years, but he's basically pretty supportive and whatever. But Corona is thinking that he's being just a little bit too too nonchalant about it, because she was like, he keeps telling me it's going to be okay, but he needs to tell me why it's going to be okay, how it's going to be okay, and everything. He's not doing that and stuff. Now, we know that Inky is a, like, cool cat, whatever, just chill, go with the flow type person, whatever, and everything, but part of me sees Corona's point with that and everything, but like I said, I'm so tired of Corona saying, "Oh, the black people don't do that. Black people don't do this." Like, girl, if you don't stop that crap, you're an Ivy League graduate, and you still don't pull that crap. Like, come on now, get a grip. So that was Corona and Inky. Next couple I want to talk is Statler and Dempsey. So a couple weeks ago, they were fighting on the boat, like on this yacht thing and everything. Statler had a panic attack. This episode, Statler finally calms down. They get off of the boat and they get back into the van. They get back into the van, and then they like talk about what happened and everything. Dempsey said, "I'm not gonna have you be rude to me all the time." And Statler said, "It's not my intention to be rude, but dating somebody with anxiety and autism and everything, it's just like, you have something that you got to get used to, basically, and everything." And Dempsey was starting to question a lot of things, it's just like maybe we don't get each other, maybe this was a big mistake, living with you really don't know a person unless you're traveling with them or living with them, and they're doing both. And she's starting to question it was this really a mistake. But nonetheless, they did make up. And then we see them, like, they traveled to Paris. They made it to Paris, and they traveled to Paris, and they were walking around Paris, and then they found, like, this guy where he does, like the drawing of their faces and stuff and everything. So they sat down and let the guy draw their faces and stuff. They had to stay still a little bit, and then they started talking about marriage. Dempsey actually wants to, in a year or two, marry Statler and everything. And it kind of threw Statler off guard. And you remember things like flip-flopped, from when they were on B90 last season. Is that, last season, Statler was all in. This season is Dempsey all in. And so it's just so weird. Which is it now? Like I said, Statler has broken her NDA, so she explained everything in one of her lives and all that, whatever. Like I said, spoiler alert, they ain't together. But they talked about marriage and everything, and they agreed, in a year or two and everything, and I'm on board and everything and whatnot. So it was cute. That was cute. That was really cute. So, yeah, that was Statler and Dempsey. And the last couple I'm going to talk is Josh and Lily. So, this episode, Josh's brother came to China, because he's coming for the wedding that they're supposed to have. And he, Lily had ordered, this new bed or mattress that came in. And once the brother got in, Josh and the brother had helped, move it up, move the mattress up and put it together and stuff and whatever. And Josh's brother was really surprised about how great that apartment house that they live in, with the elevator and stuff and everything that Lily did and stuff and everything. He was just really surprised about that. So they talked about some things, Josh had mentioned that, Lily, we've been fighting a little bit more lately. Lily wants me to show more that I love her and stuff and whatnot and everything. And Josh has said that his brother does call out, if he's doing something wrong or somebody else is doing something wrong or whatever. So then later, they were getting ready to go out. They were in a car getting ready to go out to dinner or something, and they were taking the brother out and stuff and whatever. And then somehow, some way, in the car, Josh and Lily got into this big argument in front of the brother. Lily started asking the brother, how is your family, wondering if, with Josh living in China and everything. And then, And then Lily was asking, do you think Josh really likes me as a person and everything? And then he kept quiet, really. The brother kept quiet. And then Josh was like, told a story about the other day when they went out to dinner that, he was on his phone. And then I guess like Lily had asked, like, who was he texting? And I guess he was just like, whatever, according to Lily. And then like they got into an argument about it, and then like I guess Lily started ignoring him, and he was actually just texting his family and stuff, and like he was trying to talk to Lily, but she was ignoring him. And then all of a sudden she gets up and walks out the restaurant and goes to her car for like 15 minutes and stuff and everything. And I guess, and then like money was brought up, like I guess like she spent or he spent a little bit extra money, and Josh didn't like that. He was like, oh, here you go, talking about money again. You love talking about the money thing again and everything. And they just went back and forth, and then ultimately Josh was just like, you know what, thank you for ruining my brother's night, basically. And that's where we left off. That was kind of it was kind of weird, but like I don't know what's going on with them. They're like, some people are people are comparing Josh to Gino and stuff, and it's not like that. It's not like that, but like, she's really not, Lily's not really understanding like Josh's situation. Like he is a man. Like he wants to prove that he's the man, and he's living in a foreign country where he can't work. He can't work yet until a couple of years, and he wants to be able to provide for his family and stuff. And so he's really feeling it, and that's like really been a hindrance in their marriage so far ever since he moved to China and stuff. So, I don't know. But, yeah, guys, that was the end of the episode. We did not see Joanne and Sean or James and Tata. Well, I think we'll see them next week. Yeah. That was it. There's really not much else to say. Like, it was another like really average episode of The Other Way. But despite all of this, I'm enjoying the season because like even though these couples are a little bit, they're fighting, but they're not like, their fights are different than the happily ever after fights. Like their fights, like they'll fight, but then they'll talk and get over it. Then they'll fight, talk, and get over it. Whereas the happily ever on happily ever after, when they fight, people just go away and never come back. so it's the drama on this show is just not as like pinnacle as it is on the other spinoffs, which I'm cool with, because it's not as intense. I should say that's the word I should say. Intense. It's not as intense. So I'm enjoying this season. I mean, I'm pulling for all of these couples. I'm pulling for James and Tata. I'm pulling for Josh and Lily. Pulling for Joanne and Sean and everything. I'm pulling for Josh, Lily, James, Tata, Joanne and Sean. Who am I missing? Corona and Inky and stuff. Sarper and Shekinah, I'm not, no comment, and we already know Statler and Dempsey are not together. But everybody else I'm pulling for. So, and I just hope it all works out. But anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back on next week to recap B90 again. And then the week after, we'll kick off Married at First Sight. So until then, y'all stay safe and have a good rest of your week, and bye, y'all.